God created the world in 6 days and rested on the seventh. And when he gives the instructions for building the tabernacle to the people of Israel, he follows a 7-day pattern. We've seen the first 4 days and the way that these correspond with the days of creation, but the pattern continues, and it goes through the pattern twice. So the first cycle is from chapter 25 to the beginning of chapter 30, and the second cycle is from the beginning of chapter 30 until the end of chapter 31. On the 5th day, in chapter 28, the garments of the priesthood were created. These relate to the forming of the tabernacle on the 2nd day. The clothed high priest is like a walking tabernacle in some regards. His clothes represent the great divisions of the creation itself. The clothes of the high priest are also like his wings. They enable him to fly across the face of the firmament of the Lord, to minister in the holy place. The 6th day, in chapter 29, is the formation of Aaron and his sons. It's the day in which man is created as the image of God within the creation, charged with exercising stewardship over it. The priests are anointed, just as the spirit of life was breathed into Adam at his creation. The 7th day, in chapter 29 verse 10 to the beginning of chapter 30, is the consecration of Aaron and his sons, and the establishment of the Sabbath worship of the tabernacle. There is an evening and morning pattern established, and the lasting rest of the ascending worship of Israel to the Lord. The tabernacle is like Jacob's ladder, a ladder between heaven and earth, with the priests like angels ascending and descending with the praises and the sacrifices of Israel. When we go through this cycle again, when we get to the 5th day, it is the incense. This is given with a holy recipe. It was unique, not repeated anywhere else. The point is that the scent would evoke only one place. Those who spent time in the worship of the Lord and in the service of the tabernacle would bear that scent wherever they went. Perhaps the clouds of incense are associated with the realm of the heavens that the garments of the high priest equip them to operate in. In the 6th day, we have the calling of the artisans. This is the setting apart of Bezalel and Holiab as those who are going to build the tabernacle. And in the 2nd cycle, when we get to the 7th day, the Sabbath, it is the law of the Sabbath itself as the great sign of the covenant. It is that which will mark out the people of Israel as the people of the Lord. They have been given the Lord's Sabbaths. When we see these parallels between the original creation pattern and the pattern of the creation of the tabernacle, it helps us to recognize the symmetries and the connections between things. That the oil for the lamps correspond with the anointing oil, for instance, helps us to recognize that the priests are themselves supposed to be a sort of human lampstand, corresponding to the physical lampstand. Recognizing these parallels can also help us to see the way in which man is being included in God's work of building. Man has been set apart as God's co-creator, and now in the building of the tabernacle, a heaven model upon the earth, man is becoming more actively involved.